Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, sponsored by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got David Johnson here in the studio, owner of Hawken Fishing. I can't believe you're here.
Number 3.
Dude, crazy.
David Johnson.
Oh, God, dang it.
Number 3.
David Hawken. This is the problem when you have too many Davids in your life. Forgive me. David Hawken from Hawken Fishing.
It's all right.
Simon Products, so many different things that you make that help us be successful chasing salmon and steelhead. But matter of fact, I said steelhead. Folks are asking questions already about bobber and jig fishing for summer steelhead. I know that's not the discussion that we're here to have today. But have you heard much? The question was about reports, how things have been. He's got a ton of pro staffers out there chasing summer steelhead right now all over the place. So what have you been hearing?
Lower River Epic.
Lower River, Columbia River.
Columbia River.
Yeah.
Tributaries we don't talk about right now. Like I said, I'm in the same situation you're in. Is I mean, you start talking about a river, it blows up. Go fish. The fish are there.
Yeah.
It has been better than it has in the past. But lower Columbia numbers, as far as what we're seeing, there's hope on the horizon that things are getting better.
Right,
so
and we need that.
We need that.
I know that you don't spend much time, if any, above Bonneville chasing summer steelhead, but for a lot of us, we're really, really interested in how these things are going to migrate through. But like we've been saying for weeks, that lower system, because of those lower river tributaries in Southwest Washington, hence the reason why it's been so good in the Columbia down there. Okay, I had to get that in there. We had the question.
And again, I watch those river reports daily because I care about those steelheads so much.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives you a health of the run of what's happening daily. It's like, oh my goodness, it dropped by 50. Why did it drop by 50? You're supposed to be, I would. Steelhead are near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
Like, above all the rest of this stuff. Business, the rest of it, that's the one thing I have issues with. Is your ducks are my steelhead.
Okay, arrow floats, arrow jigs, of course, that is Hawken Fishing, Simon, of course. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about a brand new bait. And I love them, man. And I giggle because I'm mad. I wish that I could have helped R&D these things, but everybody keeps stuff secret.
Well, again,
I get it.
It puts you in a hard spot because you have other people, we have similar items. It's a very small industry, and there's very few things you can do to change things. We try to change them out the best we can. You have a lot of sponsors. You can't be 100% to me or somebody else. So I understand. I don't want to put you in that situation.
Well, I appreciate you saying that on air so people understand that you just didn't leave me out. Okay, so it's called spin bait.
Spin baits. Yep.
So these are, number one, they're done really, really well. There are many differences from other products that are very, very similar. One, the body style. This is the very first thing that I noticed, that it's rounded. Everything's round. There's no flat edges. The only flat edge I see here is right here.
We wanted it to look like a fish in the water. And I've been looking at this thing for the last at least 13 years. I mean, you stand on the docks and you look down, you see the little candlefish and so forth swimming. It looks like a fish. That's the big thing. We enlarge the eyes so that, it's that anchovy look. And this thing spins flawlessly, friction-free. It is, like I said, I am super, super excited about this bait.
Well, and the colors, the paint, well, that's one of the things that you're famous for. We've actually done it here on the air many times over the years with different products that you've come out with.
Don't cut these, please.
Stuffer baits and others where I took a knife and just started destroying it to see how durable the paint was. So you've got a great reputation there. But the finish is beautiful. You can see all these different colors that you have. How many different color combos?
17.
17 different color combos. And, of course, you can see here the name of them are spin bait. Of course, they are another stuffer bait that's available on the market. A little bit different in how you open it, which is, thank you from all of us. We appreciate it. You got little tabs on the sides that you can actually grab a hold of. And then, of course, you're going to load it like a lot of different stuffer baits that are out there. But what I did notice immediately is the vent holes are huge, dude.
You got to get this scent out there. And again, we're talking parts per million.
I understand.
So as much as you can get out there, they're easy to load. It's just trying to make it as simple for the user as possible. And there's your chrome one that you basically told me it had to be chrome.
If you don't have one in the line, you're just missing opportunities, at least in my opinion, which doesn't mean anything. But the vent holes are huge. I know you said parts per million, this and that, but as a fisherman, when I put my baits in the water, I want to see some of that tuna come out.
Yeah.
I want to see the tuna start fluttering around as it's spinning, right?
Yeah. So just to show this, do you see the two little bumps here on the side?
Yep.
Okay, so if you're right-handed, use your right hand to grab the back two, use your left hand to grab the front two, and it opens perfectly like this. So there's no more trying to put your fingers in. it just opens easily, just like that.
And so
That's why those little bumps are there.
and it's a pretty good sized body cavity. I mean, obviously everyone, it looks very similar to other products that are out there. Okay, I'm not going to
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
It is what it is, yeah.
But it's deeper, it's rounded, and it has a slight. Now, I will admit, I have had a chance to play with one of them. I do have a rotten banana.
Last week, that's okay.
I only had a chance to fish it once. The action is a little bit different. Let's go ahead and show you the video that Dave provided for us so we can show you what it actually looks like when it's spinning in the water. You can see it is, of course, a bait that's typically going to be run behind a 360. And that...
The whole point was to accentuate the look of a crippled fish in the water. And it stalls, it spins, it has that wobbly look of a fish that has, you know, been hit, whatever it's going to be. It just gives it a really lifelike appearance.
So you guys all kill me. There's a difference here. So if you take a look at the front, take a look at the beak, okay? Take a look at the very, very front on how that actually has the spin at the nose, okay?
Yeah.
Run that again if you can. When you see, that's actually my photo with my bait, but we won't talk about that right now. That's a total lie, everyone. That's
My fish, though.
Look at the front, okay? The other baits that are out there that are similar, very, very much stationary at the tip. Now you're getting a lot of rotation from the front all the way to the tail, and it is a little bit more of a flutter. Leader length, though, I got to ask that. On the video, you can kind of see that that leader length is certainly not 24 inches like you would see for a spinner or maybe something smaller. But what's the preferred length that you were testing or that you found in your R&D that you liked?
Yeah, so this here is set up on 50-pound test because there was one of my guys that took that video. We're all running 40. It's going to run a little quicker. It's going to look similar, but it's just to give you an idea what that look is right now. So when we set these things up, if you want fail-safe, 32 inches, run it day in and day out.
Right.
Probably 85% of your fish are going to get caught on that number.
Gotcha.
If you see the coho around, shorten it up a little bit, shorten up your bumper a little bit, give it a little more action. But again, you see some guys fishing like 24s.
Sure.
That's going to work for you. Let's say you fish 10 days, it's going to fish perfectly for about 4 hours.
Right.
Give yourself a chance. Get in that 32 range and just run with it. Now, spinners is different.
Sure, sure.
On your stuffer baits, our cut plugs, like I said, we have these here at the table as well. The cut plugs and the spin baits together, both of them. Start at 32. If you're seeing that fish are a little more active, shorten it up a little bit.
Okay, and we're going to talk about that because you do have different ways to set these things up. We're going to show you the preferred way of rigging. And I believe we showed this, we did, last time you were in and you launched the tubing from Simon. But we got to cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with David Hawken.
There you go.
Hawken Fishing. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is sponsored by McMinnville Jeep Ram in the heart of Yamhill County, your home for Ram trucks. Experience the clear difference. Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, sponsored by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now it's time for your weekend tech tip, brought to you by McMinnville Jeep Ram.
Thank you, McMinnville Jeep Ram, for making our tech tips happen each and every weekend. And I need to do a review on that here sometime soon as well. Ryan, don't let me forget that. Okay, so this is the perfect time to get a little techie. Right. We showed some similar riggings here. You have your brand new tubing that's out, which is killing it, by the way. The Simon tubing, you can see it comes in packages here. Again, we covered this ground a little bit, but it comes right out of the package already cut, ready to go. Perfect length for the spin bait. Fits perfect. I mean,
straight is the key.
100%, yeah. And good colors, very rigid tubing. It's just a real simple way to put everything together, and it looks great in the water. So you have that, of course, but you can rig them. I mean, if you're a bead person and that's what you want to run it with, you can. Just make sure you get those hooks behind the tail of the bait so that when it ultimately is spinning, it doesn't interfere with those hooks, because it will screw up the action and you just simply won't get bit nearly as much. I'm sorry for bouncing around so much. I'm not making it easy on my director. But when you're talking about rigging it, this is pretty standard stuff, right?
It is standard. Again, it's standard now because we've advanced to this level. Now, that bead right there is 8 millimeter.
Yep.
There's guys that will fish 6s and so forth. 6s will work. If you get hit, it will drop inside this little garage area. Whether it's ours, whether it's somebody else's, run 8 mils. That If this goes inside, you're talking cut the whole thing apart, restart.
Right.
It is absolutely infuriating. So just 8 millimeter bead. Just run with 8 mils and you're going to be good. And then again, if you're running beads or whatever it might be, just know here that on the back of the package, there's rigging instructions here.
Okay.
Just for options. But like I was talking about, is just make sure that you're right there on the back end is where those hooks line up.
Now, over the last handful of weeks, we've talked a lot about 2 treble hook setups. I'm really leaning that way for a number of different things. I would still probably lean that way with this bait, with the number 2 and maybe a number 4, 2 number 2s there, treble hooks that is. But everybody can do, obviously, anything that you want. This is just going to be a very standard setup that will be very, very fishy, no matter where you're fishing. If it's buoy 10, if it's the saltwater, obviously in the saltwater, these things are going to crush it just like a lot of different baits that are out there. But a number of different colors. You said 17.
17.
Your finishes, and I feel confident that I've got the experience to say that the finish on these is very, very high end. Once you put these in your hands, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But 17 different colors. Can you name them all?
Oh boy. Close.
Start.
All right. This is the AM1000. Austin Mosier asked me for this 1,000 times. I'm tired of it. This is kind of a play on him. We built it. This is what they're using at buoy 10. There's guides. They'll buy 100 of those at a time. That's what they're fishing. So I made it for him because I'm tired of him asking for it.
Okay,
so that's what this is.
I don't want the background. God,
right,
just
Gecko.
tell me the name.
Gecko, silver, or just chrome. This is frosty banana.
Frosty banana?
Yep.
Okay, interesting. Rotten banana?
Rotten banana. Mango Cheeto.
What?
Mango Cheeto.
Mango Cheeto. Put that on your list.
You got mangoes here. You got Cheetos. That's what it looks like.
I absolutely love that. I love contrast. That's why this
But you hate the name.
This one really looks cool to me. Anything with contrast, I'm a big fan of.
Hat trick copper.
Okay. Hat trick copper.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's hat trick copper colored.
Okay.
You got just your standard Wonder Bread.
Okay.
Endgame.
Okay. That's another.
This
really
is
cool
candy corn.
candy corn. Okay.
Okay. This is toxic Mexi.
Toxic Mexi. Okay.
Yep. It's just got antifreeze on it.
Okay.
All right. This is herring aid.
What?
Herring aid.
Herring aid. Okay.
That's
here we go.
That's a standard. That's a standard up north.
Okay, I got you.
Anchovy, double trouble, hat trick antifreeze,
Okay.
and Captain America,
Okay. So.
and hat trick copper.
Okay. Hat trick copper. Don't forget that.
Yep.
So. And.
And Seahawk.
Okay, I knew that.
Yes.
Lots of different colors to choose from. Here's my pick, okay? If I'm going to Fisherman's.
Chrome. That's what he's going to pick.
Well,
Chrome.
it's absolutely, all right, so that's a first, because that is my go-to confidence, no matter what happens, no matter where I'm at, I know that this chrome looks like a bait fish, okay? Because we start getting into the weeds here. In my opinion, we've talked about this over the years.
I don't agree with you.
I know you don't. Of course you don't.
Because your red is dead. Same thing with your spinners. That's why when we go fishing, I catch way more fish than you. That's okay.
That has literally never happened.
Oh, it happened one time. Yes.
I would go with the
time.
chrome. I'm going with the Cheeto. What's that, Cheeto?
Mango Cheeto.
Mango. I'm doing that only because of the contrast. I'm absolutely doing the Mexi looking right there. I absolutely.
Hat tricks.
I love the color combination. I can't do that. I would absolutely do this one here. Measles? No. What was this one?
That's candy corn.
Candy corn, okay? I'm absolutely doing this one. And it's just because it really just grabs my eye. It's a lot like the Seahawk, right? Yeah. Seahawk has been one of your best colors forever. Man, that chrome, that's a little bit different.
It is different. I mean, we've gotten away from the foil. Foil looks beautiful in a package. Foil looks beautiful when you see it on the shelf and you're, ooh, ah, unbelievable. Let's see if your camera can pick this up.
Okay.
All right, let's make a little spot.
Sure.
Let's see.
So these are a couple of the cup plug stuffers.
Yeah. Okay, so can you, let's see if we can get a little flash on this.
She'll get it, trust me.
Okay, you see on this guy right here, see the chrome? See how it just shines? You see how the foil, it just kind of goes dead? I mean, you can see it in there, but compare that to this. I mean, it's just the shine on these things is just incredible.
Yeah, it's a little bit different of a chrome all the way around, from chrome to chrome to chrome. That's got a lot of bleed
I think
to it.
we have.
I see the difference here of what you're talking about. What's that look like in the water, though?
It just
water
it turns
changes
gray.
everything.
The foil just turns gray, and I didn't.
This is actually my best one.
I know. The chrome,
Out of all of them that and listen, everyone, you
chrome
you get 90% of what I'm doing. This is one of my stuff, the Simon stuffer bait. That's my color, but that really does pop. All right. Anyway, back to what I'm picking. This guy is 100% going to be in there. What's that one called?
That's anchovy. I mean, look at the face on that thing.
I mean, it looks like an absolute anchovy. And remember, there's the benefit of all these stuffer baits, right? You get them, your tuna, whatever combination is that you want, double trouble, you got to have that. Okay. So pretty standard, but there's some great colors there.
Let's get farther in the weeds.
Sure.
Let's narrow it down, actually. So you've got your colors. The issue is, when do you fish them?
Okay.
Is first light, I'm running full paint, everything from, just before daylight, at least an hour and probably 2 hours into the day. Once the sun hits, then roll over to your chromes, your golds, the rest of it.
Okay.
But I mean, we got glow bellies on all these things, but use your solid colors first thing in the morning. It will change.
Your painted colors.
I'm sorry, the full painted colors, yes.
Right. And I know that this just not come
I
off
hate that light. It never, ever
It
works.
gets blown out, what's called an iris, everyone, if you're familiar with this kind of stuff, but you can kind of see it there on this one.
What if we
to my eye, it is absolutely exploding under UV. Your UV is second to none. It's been that way for a very long time. So it's very difficult to see it on the television right now, everyone. Even the pink explodes. That's how salmon actually see is in UV. They have that ability, unlike us. They do. It just pops.
See if yeah, like I said, I'm going to stop bringing this in because the cameras can't pick it up.
If you were here, it'd be so much cooler.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, maybe that's why we need to do a live studio audience sometimes there, Ryan. That'd be fun. All right, we're going to cut to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to pick up our conversation. We do have a couple calls coming in. If I have the time, we might get to those as well. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is sponsored by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. And by Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective. Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, sponsored by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, one of the questions that we got from Joe, one of our viewers, didn't want to come on the air, but his question was, where are you measuring the 32 inches for your leader? Now, before we dive into it, we talked a little bit about this, of course, during the break. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Yeah. I mean, you want 32 inches? Okay. But if I were to answer the question, and you can answer it your own way, I'm including my snap and my swivel, okay? So if I know that I'm just gonna snap on a swivel, or my leader, okay, my brand new spin bait, I'm gonna have it 32 inches from the tip of the bait, that's me. Some people might go to the bottom of the hook. Everybody's different. But for myself, it's from the tip of the bait, no matter what bait it is. If it's a spinner, if it's any sort of stuffer bait, that's 0 for me, is the very tip of the bait. And then at the very end, which is where my swivel end would be, okay, swivel, snap, that is included in that 32 inches. Now that being said, it doesn't have to be exactly.
No.
It could be 31.
Yeah. And again,
it could be 33. For that matter, it can be 30. I mean, you can really push it. So you don't have to get too particular.
Yeah. How about this? Anywhere between 30 and 32, you're gold.
Yeah.
And again, the way I measure it, swivel to top of the eye of the hook.
Okay.
So again,
to the hook itself. So
the
past
top,
the bait.
Yeah. To the eye of the hook to the swivel is the simplest way for us.
Okay.
Because I mean, we're going to have different distances, whether you're running cut plugs, whatever it's going to be. So that's kind of our gold standard is from the swivel. And again, the tip of the swivel to the first eye of the hook, 32 inches. And again, whether it's 32, 31, if you're tying polymer knots, it might be 32 and a half, 31, whatever, it doesn't matter. But just get close in that range. This is the simplest way between this and our soft spinners. There is no simpler way to catch steelhead. Or, I'm sorry, salmon buoy 10.
That's a great job, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I know, right?
That was for me. So I know that I already said this just a second ago. So here's another one, right? Here's a spinner.
Yep.
Okay. And when I'm measuring that off, and I do measure, I'll get the tape out, but I'm literally just going from where the eye of the spinner is. If it's a soft spinner or if it's a hard spinner like this one, which by the way is a Simon spinner and is absolutely destroyed. I should get it back out there. And then this is 26 inches. That's where I start every time. Okay, sometimes I'll just cut it off. When I do cut it off and retie it, what's that give me? 24 inches. Every single time that I cut it to change the length to go shorter, it's about 2 inches when I tie it.
Yeah, and then one thing we're overlooking with all this, we can have the 32 inches all you want.
Right.
If your bumper length on your Pro Trolls,
Oh, totally.
I mean, you can change the action so dramatically by just shortening it up a couple inches. If you start with 24s and just run that, that is a great place to start. If you have 4 to 6 guys on the boat, if you have a handful of guys running 20s, a handful of guys running 24s, the fish will tell you what they want. Do they want it faster or do they want it slower? You start catching fish, peel off of 24s, everybody gets 20s, you limit out the boat, or vice versa.
Sure.
So it's just little things like that. But once you keep from the flasher to the end of your bait, if that length is constant, you can mess with the other stuff really quickly. You don't have to worry about boat speed or anything like that. You can just shorten the leaders and away you go.
Shorten the bumpers.
Shorten the bumpers.
Right. So
This is what happens when you stay up till midnight last night.
I understand. I get it. He was up very, very late trying to get all this stuff squared away and getting shipping and all that stuff. These are all available over at Fisherman's Marine, so they are there.
Yeah.
So take advantage of
They
them.
won't last.
No.
We got enough into the stores to make it work for today.
Right.
They'll get more next week. But like I said, we have them loaded up. They're good to go. We've already started packaging for the following week. So everything you see here is available. It's at Fisherman's right now.
At any
both
one of the
stores.
locations, you've
Both
got
stores.
Delta Park, you've got Oregon City, they've got them there. Actually, they've got literally everything that you need. They're fully stocked, ready to go in a week. I mean, there's so many different things that you're going to need over at Fisherman's anyway. Just pick up a couple, give them a try. Like I said earlier on in the show, your tackle box is just getting bigger, right? We're all creatures. I don't even know how to best put it, but we always want to have the newest thing or something that's going to be maybe different.
Imagine if you didn't. You'd still be fishing wobblers and number 6 mulky spinners down at Buoy 10.
And you know what would happen?
You wouldn't catch as many.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is bad timing. I'll put a crew together of guys just for that. Give me Mr. Ramsey, give me David Johnson, give me several.
You don't get
different
David
dudes.
Johnson. You don't get David Johnson.
And we'll go down there and fish just straight cut plug herring and fish it at the right time. But there's a reason why stuffers and spinners are so successful, right? Is that they're always fishing. They're always fishing. Nothing comes off. If you get hit, you're still fishing. And if you miss a bite, you're still fishing. If you're, just screwing around and you had to throttle it up, you're not ripping your baits off. And this goes for all stuffers. This goes for all spinners. There's an advantage to being able to do that and not have to worry about bait, right? But that being said, I have to go back to what I said. My viewers would not respect me if I didn't. Old stuff still works great, okay? I'm just saying that all those things work. Give me a Simon spinner behind a fish flash, and I'm going to be successful down there, right?
Well, you got a Simon spinner behind anything, you're going to be successful.
I would agree with that. But you're the one that started it all, so it's on your fault.
Oh, no, I'm not the one that started it all. I'm the one that jumped in and we modified things, but yeah, there's some people that really pushed that. I mean, again, we never used to fish behind Pro Trolls. Think about that.
Well, I know.
Crazy.
Back in the day, and I can say that with David.
When we're doing our challenge, you don't get Pro Trolls.
No,
you just run naked. Away you go.
I would not need it.
All right.
I mean, give me some dudes that I know that are going to be. Give me Mr. Mulkey with a cut plug herring fished in the right place at the right time. We're going to kick your ass.
When you say right place, right time, do you mean like a fish hatchery?
No, I'm like right part of the tide. Are you going to be in the trench above the bridge?
I don't need to worry about that with this. I can just go fish. You go, dial in your exact time. We'll go fish.
So, okay, so let's just keep going down that road. So are you saying 360s and stuffers, 360s and spinners is just a dummy fishing? You're just dummy fishing? That's just a dummy. Go out there, go troll around, you're going to get them?
I will say this.
No skill?
Hang on. I will say this. It puts you on par with guys like you.
With guys like me, for sure, but we're talking about some of the pros.
No, but then once you dial in the colors and the rest of it, when you have, it's like jig fishing. When you fish steelhead jigs for steelhead, just a reasonably proficient individual fishing those floats and jigs will be on par with guys bouncing bottom with bait for 20 years.
Okay, I'll give you that.
On par. Like I said, not going to outfish them, not on a day-to-day basis.
You'll
close.
compete.
Your everyday guy going out that isn't a guy, doesn't have 6 rods running, doesn't do this for a living. I truly believe that these here, rigged with 30 to 32 inch bumpers, have your flasher, know your speeds of, 1,000, 2,000. You are on par, not better than, you're on par with guys that have fished bait for 20 years.
I'm not going to argue that, because if it wasn't for making it simple, I wouldn't catch as many fish. I'm no 10%er. We've talked about this for 100 years. I'm a hack like everybody else, just doing the best that I can. All right, we're going to cut to a quick break, but we're going to be back. I'm going to have the deal of the week for you from Fisherman's Marine and an update as well. You're staying with me. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by B&R Tackle. Check out their new slide locks and trolling bumpers.